A new report, shocking report. Murder is showing murder rates are up in 30 cities nationwide, while nearly a dozen metropolitan areas, we're talking places like Chicago, Los Angeles, Vegas, all have experienced major and significant upticks in crime rates, particularly homicide rates. These reports come after FBI Director James Comey indicated that law enforcement has been less aggressive because of concerns about potentially being charged with a crime. Certainly the public relations aspects have been tough. Joining me now to discuss is Bo Dietl and former governor of Arizona, Brewer. Bo, I'll start with you. Listen, I've been talking about the war on police, a public relations war on police for a long time.
Yeah.
But when you look deeper into this thing, I think it goes beyond the Ferguson effect. In Chicago, 79–80% of the murders this year, there's not even a suspect. No one's even been arrested. Some of that has to be put on the community. What can change where the community can start to say, hey, so-and-so did this? In other words, because if these murderers are left out there and they never go to prison, forget about recidivism, they never go to prison in the first place.
You know, and part of it, too, is I think since January there have been 500 confirmed shootings, probably a lot more than that. And of that, I think 1.4% arrests of the 500 shootings. And then as far as with the homicides go, it's down to about 16% clearance. That's what we used to call it when I was a homicide detective. That is bad. That's real bad.
But
that
people know someone shoots someone in the park at 7:30. Right. A girl was stabbed in the chest over the weekend in Chicago. An honor student stabbed in the chest at 7:30. Right.
Witnesses are there, and you're exactly right. Witnesses are there, and these are the same people out there. But the problem is, again, taking the guns off the street, you've got to then have your stop and frisk. You got to be aggressive. Now, all of a sudden, the cops don't want to be aggressive because they're afraid of the old cell phone. That is coming into play because they feel they don't get support,
right,
like in New York. But you're exactly right. The people in that community are the secret to getting these shootings down. They see stuff, they know what's going on, and who gets killed? The young kids in their neighborhood.
I think, though, Governor Brewer, listen, I grew up in Harlem in the 70s, and we would be loath to squill or snitch on anyone. You know the old saying, snitches get stitches. And I think we need to find some sort of way of making sure that criminals who commit violent crimes go away for a very, 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 very long time, and they can't come out and terrorize people who want to step up and see a lawful enforcement in their communities.
Absolutely, Charles. The bottom line is that we need to be very supportive of our law enforcement, but people in communities all over, not only even in Harlem or Chicago or Los Angeles or Phoenix, Arizona, you have to protect your neighborhoods because they're law-abiding citizens living in those neighborhoods also. But of course, like you said, they don't want the stitches, so they lay low. But it takes the community coming together to clean up that neighborhood, and we need to really support our law enforcement and help them with intel and rumors or whatever it takes. But if you do the crime, you pay the time. And
I agree with you 1,000%, but I think there's a lot of political correctness that pushes back on these harder prison sentences, and I don't understand it. It's the very communities that are being affected with this stuff that should be stepping up and demanding harsher sentences.
Probably you ain't going to agree with what I'm going to say, but I agree that you got somebody with pot. I don't care about him going to jail. I care about the guy carrying the gun, the guy involved with the shooting. I want them to go to jail, and I want them to go to a long time because these are the same ones that are coming out, and it's a revolving door. You're exactly right.
I agree.
And the most important thing is our community. There's a group called Blue Shields where they go into the community. It's so important to get the community.
All right, guys, let's leave.